everybody. Today is fun yoga. So I know some of us do not associate those two words together, but today we're going to focus on just letting loose. We're going to swing around a little bit. We're going to relax. We're going to laugh a little bit. We're just going to really focus on the fun factor. You don't need anything except a little bit of space to move around in. So if you need to get yourself situated, and then come on back and we'll get started. All right, so we are going to take just a few minutes or just a few moments here to find some gentle movement to get the body, wake the body up a little bit here. Let's inhale, finding some movement in the neck, maybe draw some figure eights with the nose. We're going to take a big inhale, arms overhead, and we're going to shake the arms out all the way down. Shake them out, shake them out, shake them out. And inhale up, and exhale it down. Good. Let's try some big circles in the upper body. Again, we're just starting to wake things up a little bit, find some movement. Now, some folks think yoga is fun all by itself, even with all the serious moves and poses and everything. But some people don't find that quite as much fun. So we're taking a different approach today. My favorite yoga teacher, her kind of philosophy is that yoga is a playground for adults. So even in a regular yoga class, we're just playing around. We're just seeing what the body can do. Let's take a few side-to-side sweeps. We're just seeing what the body can do. Not taking ourselves too seriously. Trying new things. When it works, it works. When it doesn't work, it doesn't work. That's okay. Maybe we'll try it later. Maybe we'll just put it on the back burner. Let's roll the shoulders a little bit. Okay, let's take a few hugs with the knees, hugging them into the upper body. I was recently introduced to toe yoga. Now, I know it sounds a bit crazy. And the idea behind it is that our feet are so important and we don't move them as much. We don't exercise them as much. And so we need to strengthen them. We need to focus on mobility in the feet. So we're going to do a few toe yoga poses today. So I'm going to turn sideways just a little bit. I've got my yoga socks on so I can spread my toes. If you don't have any yoga socks or whatever, I recommend taking your socks off so you can really move your toes around a little bit. Okay, so we're going to do a couple things. First of all, let's just spread the toes and release, and spread and release. Good. Opening and closing. Now, on a lot of these, it may seem like your toes are not doing anything and they're not cooperating with your brain. That's okay. We're still sending messages down there. We're still firing them up. We're still strengthening the feet. Okay, here's what we're going to do. The first one is we're going to have all 10 toes on the ground. Now we're going to try to lift the big toes, just the big toes. Leave everything else on the ground. And then release down. And just lift the big toes. Come on, feet. My hands a lot of times do what I'm trying to tell my feet to do. And let's do it one more time. Just the big toes. And down. Now let's leave the big toes on the ground and lift the other toes. And then release down. And up. You might feel new muscles in your feet that you didn't even know were there, or haven't felt in a really long time. Good, let's do one more. Good, all right. We are going to lift all 10 toes. Start with your pinky toes, and we're going to press down each toe, starting with the pinky toes, then the fourth, the third, the second, and then the big toe, and then peel them back up, and do that again. It's okay to laugh. I was going to say laugh at yourself. It's okay to laugh with yourself today because we're doing goofy stuff. All right, one more. Whew. All right, this one we're going to leave our toes on the ground and we're trying to lift the arches of the feet. So we're trying to lift the arches of the feet off of the ground and then place them back down. So leaving all 10 toes on the ground, just lifting the arches and back down. Whew, let's do a couple more. And last one. And there we go. Good. All right, there's a little foot workout for us. Now we're going to do, I call these swings, because the idea of a swing is it goes up and then gravity just brings it right back down. So one of the keys to this one is to release any tension in your upper body. So go ahead and shake it out a little bit. Okay, we're sitting in our chairs. I think it's probably helpful to have the legs a little bit wider. You can also do this standing, but we might get a little dizzy if we do it standing. And if any of these you don't care for, you don't feel safe doing, just don't do it. All right, here we go. We're going to shake it out. So we're going to reach up high to one side. Okay, we're reaching as high as we can now. Release every bit of tension, every muscle in your upper body, and let gravity just take you down and up to the other side. And down and up to the other side. So right now we're just swinging side to side. And one thing I've noticed in myself and just watching people do this over time, that I'm going to stop and talk, is that one of the keys to this, to really experiencing this, is to releasing the stress or the tension, relaxing the muscles in the neck and letting the head swing along with you, because a lot of times people try to do it like this and then down and up, but if you can let all of that go and then you just swing, let your momentum carry you up from side to side, it's such a fun sensation, such a fun feeling. Good. Now I should have said don't worry about the hair today too, it's going to get all over the place. Another thing you can add to this if you want to is we can add a loop, kind of like a roller coaster loop in the middle. So we start at the top, we come down and around and to the other side. So we let gravity take us and let momentum take us. And you can do the breath with it. Woo! One more. And up and relax. Woo! Let everything kind of stay. It's like when you come to the end of a roller coaster ride, everything just has to settle back down. Woo! All right. We've got hair flying everywhere. I've got my headset flying all over the place. But that's okay. We're having a good time. Go ahead and stand up. We're going to move a little bit. I'm going to move my chair out of the way. You'll want to have a little bit of space to move. That made me a little out of breath. I don't know about you. All right. We're going to call this one Feather and Statue. So we're floating around like a feather, just moving however you want to move in your space. Maybe finding new ways to move. Maybe you can just let the arms float. You can go up on your toes, maybe in the down. So that's the feather part. And then we're going to make a statue. So I'm going to call out a pose. Let's start with mountain pose, and then we make a mountain pose, just like a statue. We'll hold it for a few breaths. And then feather. So we're going to move our way around. I might even move out of your screen here. Floating around like a feather. And warrior one. It's okay if it's not perfect. It's okay if you have to fiddle. And feather. Goddess pose. Here we go. Wide legs. And feather. Crescent lunge. and feather. And warrior two. Good. And then take a few deep breaths. You know, there's the idea in yoga that we practice in yoga on the mat or in the chair or in a yoga class or practice for real life. So what we practice in yoga, we take out into real life. And just as we were doing that, I thought, you know, this reminds me of real life, how we're just floating through real life, just kind of floating along, doing our thing. And then all of a sudden, you've got to dig deep and you've got to find this power place, right? This power pose. You're facing something that is maybe challenging or something you didn't expect, and you've got to just find some kind of inner strength or some kind of inner power to keep you there and to get you through it. So anyway, I didn't mean for this practice to go that deep. It was just a thought I had. All right, we're going to knock on heaven's door. This is what this is called, ish. I'm going to add an ish to that because this is traditionally a little more kind of pulled up and we're swinging side to side. You might start here, even doing some tapping where you tap the ribs in the front and the kidney area in the back. But then we're going to loosen it up and we're going to play with it today. So we're going to maybe bend a knee and we're going to twist. We're going to let the upper body just kind of flow with it. You can play around with the pace. You can go slowly. Or you can speed it up. Let the arms swing. That's kind of a fun feeling, as if you let the movement happen in the lower body and then just let the arms swing along. Now you could also come into some figure eights with the arms. Like I said, this is very knocking on heaven's door-ish. We're taking some liberties with this one today just to kind of loosen it up. Let the body move in new and fun ways. You can maybe go deeper if your knees allow for that. You could maybe open your heart up to the ceiling. Good, and then we're going to slow it down. Let everything settle. Let the feet find stillness. Let the body find stillness. Good, hold here for just a few moments. Let your heart rate calm back down. I don't know if your heart rate has been elevated. I've noticed mine getting elevated as we've done some of these things. All right, I've got one more trick up my sleeve. And this one is it's probably going to feel really awkward. We've never done anything like this before. But look it up, laughter yoga. It's a thing. It's a real thing. And the science behind it is that even when we kind of force a laugh, the body is still getting the same benefits and the mind are still getting the same benefits as when we have a genuine laugh. So the idea is that we make ourselves laugh and we're getting some benefit out of that and the emotions follow along. So if this feels weird, it's okay. We're not going to do it for very long. You can even skip to the end if you want to, but we're going to give it a try. All right, so here we go. We're going to inhale it up and exhale it down. Start with some breathing. Inhale it up and exhale it down. This time we're going to inhale it up. And we're going to laugh all the way down. Ah! Inhale it up. And laugh all the way down. Ah! One more time. Inhale it up. And laugh. Ah! Good. All right, let's clap. Da, 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 da. Ha, ha. Ho, ho, ho. 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 Couple more. Ho, ho, ho. Ha, ha. Ho, ho, ho. Ha, ha. Ho, ho, ho. Ha, ha. Ho, ho, ho. Good. We're going to breathe it up again. And exhale it down. Good. Let's make some circles with our hips. Inhaling as we come around. Exhaling as we come to the back. And then reverse. Now, if you have anybody that's at home with you while you're watching this video, they may think you've lost your mind, but that's okay. All right, here we go. We're gonna do we're gonna do the sneeze. Ready? We're gonna So it's like you've got a big sneeze coming. Ready? One more. Good. Even if you're laughing at me, it's okay. At least we're laughing. All right, friends, we have reached the end. We've been goofy. We've let our hair down and loose, and it's gotten all over the place. We've laughed a little bit. Maybe you've laughed at me. That's okay. If you're not in your chair, go ahead and have a seat. We're going to take a few deep breaths, maybe settling back into your chair. Allowing your body to relax completely. We found fluid movement today. A lot of times we hold poses. We find the strength in those poses. Today we were fluid. We just moved through a lot of different parts of the body, different parts of the space around you. Good. You might even feel a little more energized after a practice like this. Sometimes a practice that's a little more up-tempo, a little more fluid can energize you. So feel free to pick and choose any of these little kind of components that we did. If you want to just, if you feel like you need a little energy during your day, do the little knocking on heaven's door, a little swinging side to side. You could do the chair swings, whatever it is that you liked out of this. Okay, we're going to inhale and exhale. Okay, let's take one more inhale, arms up. And we're going to exhale, shake the arms out. Big shakes, big shakes, big shakes all the way down. We're going to bring our hands to our hearts. And I'm going to say thank you for trying this out. I know it's different. Sometimes it's hard to try different things. So thanks for sticking with it. Thanks for trying it out with me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.